Oh, it'll get the ASMR unboxing?
Nah.
Here, I can...
Holy shit, that's bad. Brand, that's horrible, man. That was the worst. That was the fucking worst. Yes, that's oh, that's exactly what it was like. Oh, that was the worst.
I'd rather bleed out than listen to that shit again.
Whew.
Like, damn, Seth started taking his mic and just, like, fucking with it that one time.
Begging for death. Can you hear the gaming kitty?
Actually, I can't hear the cat.
Brand, look at the shit. I could do it on the stream. Should I wait on the stream?
Yes.
Holy shit, that's a lot of games.
Is it too many? You said you had a big haul coming in.
Yeah, this is a culmination of a couple months right here.
Good
I got
Lord.
another. No, the other one got pushed back until like March.
Gaming kitty, what the fuck?
Got the weirdest Japanese collection I can on the Switch.
Stay weird. Balloon Road.
Billion Road. It's like a board game. It's like kind of like a super. It's like Super Mario. It's Super Mario Superstars type thing.
Why not?
Wild and wacky.
Why the hell not?
Renee says, hello, 2024 is the best so far.
I know he's being sarcastic.
Marby says, Monday Night Warzone on the Tuesday night show? Oh, it's the Twitch thing.
Well done.
Got us.
Haha.
I guess when I do Gears, it doesn't take over the Twitch settings.
Oh, does it not?
Says, are you streaming from your PC? Is that what does it?
No, it's from the PlayStation.
I wonder why then. Gaming kitty, I don't have time for your bullshit. You're super sweet. I love you. I can't. You're in my space. In my space. It's a loafing cat, so it doesn't like my cats will paw at you and like move around and stuff. It's a loafing cat, so it's just like it just sits down.
So the best, man.
Renee says rat beef and Disney getting sued. It's the greatest year so far. That's what Renee looks for in happiness. Do you also hope for rat beef and Disney getting sued? Is Disney getting sued over the rat beef? Would that be the ultimate crossover?
Rat beef.
I mean, we already had rat beef when we did Demolition Man, so I don't think there's anything new.
Rat beef.
Know about the rat hole, but what's the rat beef?
2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 news stories. 5 news stories. Episode 291. 1.
Nobody knows, man. Nobody knows.
Renee's rat beef. Is it just Renee's rat beef?
I don't know, man. Don't tell him with him.
Renee, who are you beefing with and why are you rapping? Maybe they're not connected. 2 separate entities. Cesar, have you also heard that this is the #1 beer in America?
Oh, yes.
Oh. I thought that was a random claim that was made.
No, they won it last year, around summer last year.
Wow. Renee says Meg versus Nicki. Nicki Minaj may or may not have murdered me within the last 30 minutes. And M versus Benzino.
Oh, Benzino. Man, that was like 2003, and I'm glad they're bringing it back for whatever reason.
Oh, so 20th anniversary of the beef.
I guess they got to celebrate it, yeah.
Is beef remastered?
It's the exact same bullshit they talked about last time where Benzino's like, oh, Eminem's not good enough. I'm like, it's the same shit.
Oh, when he's flicking off 49ers fans in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Or did they go to Detroit? No, it was in San Francisco, wasn't it? They were the #1 seed.
Yeah, San Francisco had home.
Yep. Starfield.
Don't start, man. Don't start that shit.
I mean, that's the #1 news story. What do we...
No, we're having a clean show here. Everybody's going to be happy. Not going to have brand cry tears of Starfield. Shame.
Murmy says Nikki made herself look so bad. Okay, the beef has now entered the chat. We have
Oh,
beef.
no.
Renee, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I haven't pertained and listened to anything from Nicki Minaj in a long time. So
I mean, if they made a new Def Jam game, we could all settle this like decent human beings, right?
Oh yeah.
On
They'd
the
have to make it
Controller
for the PS2.
Tom.
I mean, we just need the roster update, right? Is it possible to do a roster update on that?
I'm sure somebody's done it.
Oh, this is just 10th anniversary or 20th anniversary of Def Jam Vendetta roster update.
Yeah, roster update.
DMX was in one of those, wasn't he?
I think he was in both.
The late DMX, or all three? Def Jam Icon.
Too soon.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Keep forgetting about your favorite Marvel nemesis,
My favorite Marvel nemesis.
the fighting game.
Oh God, what's happening here? Okay.
Rise of the Imperfects? I can't remember what it was. Marvel nemesis something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. The isometric fighting, jumping around and stuff. Were we gonna put Def Jam characters in there? Where was this going?
I don't know. I don't know if he used a similar engine or not. I couldn't remember. I just remember that came in around the same
Who
time.
made that? That was an EA joint. They were both EA joints, right? There's a good chance.
Yeah.
Man, I had two customers that loved that Marvel game, and they would come and ask for me to pop it in there, and they would continue their save. I don't remember what those jokers were doing, but my manager was like, "These two guys cannot just come in here and play this game."
Make it sound like your episode of Clerks.
It was, and I didn't.
Was it Jane Silent Bob that come in there and do it?
I didn't mind them. Maybe that's what I could have called them. I didn't mind it. Like, I didn't hate them hanging out in there. They weren't menaces or anything. They were just...
You can sell drugs, do it outside. Can't do it in the store.
They were selling the drugs in the store. No, they were fine. But I think what got them in trouble, well, the only reason he noticed is because, Cesar remembers my old store, but the kiosks were, like, right in front of the door. So as you went in there, it was like a curve of the counter, and then you had, like, I don't even know what was in the corner. Like GameCube, Xbox, PS2. You just had the kiosks right there. And they would like sit on the floor. And when nobody's there, I guess I don't really care, but maybe he looked on the camera or something that got him. Whatevs. We got 5 people. Welcome to Tuesday night recording. Mondays are dead. We killed Monday recordings. Welcome to Tuesday.
Monday is dead.
Monday died. Monday Night Raw. Could we call it Monday Night Raw?
No.
That sounds sexual and also rips off a WWE.
Yeah, are they gonna cut?
Yeah.
All right. Prints out cease and desist and puts on wall. No.
Yeah.
From Mrs. McMahon. Stephanie? Take a cease and desist from Stephanie McMahon.
I don't think she does it anymore.
That light shining in my eye. Is it Triple H?
I mean, he does the talent stuff, like storylines.
I mean, we're trying to build him a storyline now. I gotta put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I'm getting lit up.
Yeah, because it's like, what was it? We're paying all that extra money to Netflix now since they're moving WWE to Netflix, so they're about getting ready to increase the price again.
That's the increase for Netflix?
They come around. I mean, they announced WWE's coming, and they announced the price increase. I mean, they didn't say that, but they paid I think it was like a shit ton of money for WWE on there.
But it's definitely WWE?
I don't know, man. Might be time to let Netflix go.
I'm about to say, yeah, is there a tier where I can stay cheaper and not have WWE? Because...
Brant, what do you mean? You need that wrestling content. It's what drives everyone to Netflix.
somehow I don't think that's the driving force.
Their new marketing hashtag or line is going to be Netflix and Thrill. It's going to be their new... Boo! Cesar says boo!
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
Shakes head disapprovingly.
There's something wrong with my neck, man. I'm just trying to work it out. So. Oof.
Boosh says insert Daniel Bryan. What's that in reference to? Netflix?
There's also wrestling.
Wait, Boosh, did you just out yourself as a wrestling fan?
Look, Richard, Netflix is they paid $5 billion for WWE Raw.
Good lord.
$5 billion?
And $5 billion bet. Yes, it's $5 billion. Yeah, let me make sure. I know they paid a shit ton of money.
Raw's just one show, right?
Yeah, but they're doing it for 10 years and they start next year.
Holy shit. And that's gonna be ad supported, right? How else do they pull that off? Or are they trying to make that up in subscribers?
Netflix will also exclusively telecast outside the U.S. all WWE shows, specials, including SmackDown, as well as pay-per-view live events such as WrestleMania and Royal Rumble.
Okay. That makes more sense. Boosh says, no, I watched Total Divas.
That is also a wrestling-based show that could work on.
Is it just Totally Divas?
I don't know the exact lore, because I do have a coworker who's big in wrestling. But I do get some from time to time when they talk about it. But that show came out like 20 years ago. It's pretty old. I don't even know that still happens.
Is Total Divas the Extreme Beach Volleyball spinoff of the DOA regular WWE programming?
I mean, which one? The good one that was on Xbox, or the clearly just nudity-based one that they just pop on Switch and PS4?
The one you put into my PS4, and I'm forever trying to apparently get those trophies. My trophy tracker always has DOA.
I'm sorry, man. I played it on your PlayStation 4. I was like, this game is not good, and I never played it again.
The one on Xbox is a good video game.
Well, the one on the Xbox is good. The OG Xbox.
Total Diva is the Bella Twins. Total Diva is the Bella Twins. Bella Twins. Is this like some secret Boosh lore? We're getting more of this.
It's like female wrestlers, I think.
Bella Twins of WWE. Nicole and Brianna Garcia. Okay. Alright. They're not still wrestling. They left in 2023. They left last year. They're now the Garcia Twins. All right, thank you, Boosh. He said it's on E. Yeah, we can watch it on E programming.
I don't even know if I have E on my DirecTV stream. I don't even think.
Probably. You got a bunch of channels. Sneeze almost killed me. Are you guys ready?
Do it.
291, episode numbers right?
Yep.
Maybe.
Possible.
Dalbrant. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 291 of the NOFODcast. We are No Outside Food or Drink, the Southeast's premier video game and wrestling podcast. Tonight, you have to be here for the pre-show to catch all the wrestling stuff. Probably won't be on the main show. The main event. Tonight on the main event. First party Xbox games everywhere! Exclamation point. That's all anyone is talking about, and I guess we have to also. Did someone say plastic guitar? Question mark. PlayStation State of Play. We have all your announcements and games from that show last week, and there was one like 2 hours ago. Question mark. And we have your February PlayStation Essential, and Cesar will read every single one of your Game Pass games for this upcoming month. I'm one of your hosts, Richard Bergman, joined tonight by Newsmaster Brant McKee.
I'm here. Going in Raw.
No!
Wrestling.
Laying down the SmackDown. Cesar Concepcion the second.
No.
That's it? That's all we get?
Anything witty. Going in protected, I guess. I don't know, man.
He didn't know how to.
I only know the events based off the game.
There's only 2 ways that it can happen.
Give him the chair, Cesar. Give him the chair.
What?
Smash a chair over somebody's head?
Oh, I don't have a Jason chair near me.
See, we had WWE Reckoning. There was Raw, obviously. SmackDown versus Raw. Like, year after year, those were roster updates. That was the heyday of wrestling games. He used to sell a shit ton of those.
No Mercy.
No Mercy? Another good one.
Yeah.
Was that a show, or was that just the name of the game?
That was also a pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Like WrestleMania. Oh, there was a WrestleMania series, too, wasn't there?
I believe so. I just remember the one with on the Super Nintendo with Bozo the Clown.
Bozo the Clown was in a WWE wrestling game.
Whatever they called him, I forgot what it was, but let's go with that.
For the Super Nintendo, specifically.
The 2D one, yes. I played that
2D
a lot.
Bozo the Clown.
2D Bozo the Clown.
2D Bozo the Clown, man.
What did that look like? Was it frightening?
It's like in between like a version of Bozo the Clown, It.
1D and 3D?
Stephen King's It.
Yeah.
And Beetlejuice, probably. Like the hairline of Beetlejuice.
Hairline of Beetlejuice.
Yeah. That's probably my guess based off my memory without looking at it up.
Bozo the Clown wasn't horrible. That was on WGN, right? I feel like that was one of those
they rebranded to one of those news stations now that just plays Blue Bloods all day.
Yeah. I thought that was one of those regular programming things I would catch on WGN. Was Cubs games or Bozo the Clown?
Mm-hmm.
You have two choices. It's only two options.
I mean, it was Chicago-based UPN PBS.
Yeah, I mean that was their. It was nationally
show,
broadcast
so.
Chicago stuff, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what else was on there. I just remember Bozo the Clown. That was the only one I would probably catch every so
That was
often.
Cubs games because they would play at 1:00. So during the summertime, we got WGN on whatever channel that was on the rabbit ears, and I watched Cub games. Mark Grace, then Sammy Sosa. Brant was like, I am not reminiscing on any of these things. I avoided Bozo the Clown actively. Brant, rank your top 3 favorite clowns.
None.
Not even Pennywise.
Not Pennywise.
Are you
yeah,
anti-clown, Brant?
Man. You're anti-Pennywise?
I
Get
used
outta
to
here.
be. I used to be. No. Let's see. So we'll have to go Pennywise.
John Wayne Gacy.
Oh my gosh, John.
Ooh,
Too
no.
soon.
Whoa. Was he also shot?
I don't know where his preferred, what his network region was.
Ronald McDonald, and then we'll go Bozo.
Damn.
Famous clowns.
I'll take famous clowns for 100.
I've heard that fucking name John Wayne Gacy like too many times in my lifetime now because of Warzone, and ever since then it's like somebody casually brings it up.
We did get killed by John Wayne Gacy a couple weeks ago.
We did, yeah, we did.
Oh no!
You wouldn't think that would be allowed. You didn't think they would. You wouldn't think they would let him.
I was like, he's still doing it somehow. I don't get it.
Murphy says she loves
He's out
Pennywise.
there
Bush says ping pong buckets were
murdering on
amazing.
There was also a game on Bozo the Clown. Yeah.
I mean, it was a game show. He wasn't that bad.
It was like a
Yes.
Price is Right for kids. That's what it. Yeah, it's like you always get like a trip to somewhere or something.
And I had to be taught like clowns were not inherently creepy. They weren't creepy to me. It was just like a weird circus. Like, okay, maybe this is kind of weird, but it wasn't like they're gonna murder you and stuff you in a van. I had to learn like, yeah, I had to learn.
We all
Right.
float down here, Richard.
Was that the start of it, or were they always creepy like that? Is there a video game where a clown comes
I
after
mean,
you?
it was Tim Curry.
Yes, on the TV
game, right?
miniseries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The legendary Tim Curry.
Then there was Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Did you end up
Yeah.
getting the game from that, Brant?
No, I had not.
Did you purchase it, or did
Is it
you
out? You're
looking at-
pre-order and you're waiting 18 years for limited run to ship that game? That was a limited run joint, right?
I don't believe so.
Did that game come out, or am I having a fever dream? Killer Clowns
I don't
from
know what
Outer
we're talking
Space.
It feels like somebody said something was happening with that game, right?
I'm looking.
I think they announced it on their E3 thing, right? We just never.
Is
seen
that it? Is that the tale of the Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Yeah, because they got a couple other games they announced at like 2.
Yeah,
Years
it's
ago.
supposed to release this year.
But you did not pre-order.
Yeah, I can wish list it right now.
Steam?
Yeah, baby.
How would you feel about playing Steam games on another console? Would you be livid or upset or?
I don't know. I mean, how would I ever play any kind of Steam game on another console?
Reaches for Days Gone.
As I reach
The
for
orange
one
box.
of the worst ports.
Days Gone. I was looking up. It was like, yay, Days Gone's back. And it's just
No,
an
this is
orange box.
the worst port of the orange box for the PS3.
Do you have the manual? I think my PS3 one's complete, but I think I have a generic box Xbox one. Yeah.
There you go.
Brent was showing for the audio listeners a copy of the Orange Box for the PlayStation 3, starring Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Half-Life 2 Episode 2, Portal. What was the last one? Team Fortress 2?
Yeah.
Brent is now showing his Xbox copy of the Orange Box. It's even oranger, and he has the manual, which I do not. Or the manual, as eBay listers like to put on their listing. Manuel included. Like, ship me that manual. Playing on other consoles, are of course referring to the first bit of news from tonight, which may take up,
Zero time. Let's go.
may or may not take up any
story.
time. This comes from Saurmano Gamatsu. Rumor: Starfield, Indiana Jones, and the Great Circle. Still think it's a garbage name. Hi-Fi Rush and more first-party Xbox titles coming to non-Xbox platforms. There has been an update. I mean, we could just go over that, right? Like, we're going to find out next week.
Yeah, sometime next week.
Go ahead.
They were apparently going to announce this information, I guess, sometime at the end of February. But now that it's starting to leak, they're like, yeah, we're gonna tell you all about this very soon. So,
and that's next week. They announced business.
No date. Yeah, this is
We'll be looking
next
forward
week.
to sharing our business plans for the future of Xbox or something like that. Is what they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The rumors are there's been plenty of where there's smoke, there's fire, right? And there's been plenty of smoke with Hi-Fi Rush, and then there was a data mined asset from the most recent anniversary update that adds like shirts for the main character that include like platform specific details. Like the Switch one is like Play Anywhere, and the PlayStation one is
it's red and white.
Yeah, red and white, and the PlayStation one's blue and white. And it's like you didn't expect to play me here or something like that. Or I'm finally here or something.
Good. I like that one. Yeah. The favorite one was with the Epic Stores one, which they go it's Unreal and they cross it out. Put Epic.
Yeah.
It's a double whammy because they put it on Unreal.
Pretty good.
And cross it out.
Xbox Era leaked some of this stuff or reported on this initially, and The Verge reported on it, and this is Saurmano Gamatsu compiling the story for us. Xbox Era also reports that Microsoft is planning to release Starfield for PlayStation 5 following the release of its already announced downloadable expansion, Shattered Space, which is set to launch sometime in 2024. The website adds that Microsoft has made additional investment into PlayStation 5 development kits to support ongoing production efforts. Much akin to Sony Santa Monica having Xbox development kits, I guess, for MLB The Show and Switch development kits. Yeah.
Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Microsoft senior leadership have reportedly debated the pros and cons of releasing previously exclusive software on other platforms, but recouping the potential money, quote, left on the table, end quote, by not doing so, ultimately won, the website claims. I mean, I don't know if Hi-Fi Rush is that big of an example, unless there ends up being a physical copy somewhere, or maybe a PlayStation Plus extra premium type deal. But definitely Starfield, right? That was originally announced for both platforms, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And so you got to think at least a good bit of development was going towards both at a certain time. And I imagine when those deals go through, like I imagine when Bethesda was acquired, I wouldn't think they would stop development on a PlayStation 5 version, like straight up, right? If that's your job, are they resourcing you to something else immediately?
Well, I mean, when Starfield came out, that we were told by the people that at Bethesda when they were working on the PS5 version, basically Microsoft came in and said, "Hey, put the brakes on that and
you're right.
Focus on the Xbox."
You're right. We did talk about that.
So we did never hear anything about like we had to trash it or we had to completely shelf it. So,
and again, these things are so similar. It's not like we're not developers, but it's not like developing for Saturn versus PlayStation back in the day, right? Very similar architecture and chipset here. According to the Verge report, I got lost. Microsoft will begin a new multi-platform initiative, weighing up which titles will remain exclusive and which titles will appear on PS5 or Switch. Xbox Era, citing sources who have asked to remain anonymous because they were not authorized to talk about the plans, claim that a public announcement about the strategy is expected sometime in February, which is going to be next week, apparently. According to the Verge report, the recently announced Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will launch for Xbox Series and PC in December and is being considered for release on PlayStation 5 some months later. Machine Games, of course, has developed all their other titles for PlayStation platforms as well as PC. The Verge also reports that Hi-Fi Rush announcement for non-Xbox platforms is expected in the coming weeks. That's the data mining thing. I just recapped a bunch of the stuff. Sea of Thieves, and always Sea of Thieves is always the joke.
Even recently, within the past couple days or so, that the newest one floating around is Gears of War.
Yeah.
And I mean, me and Sosa were talking about it the other day, and it seems like really, honestly, everything's up for grabs. Everything's on the table.
Considered.
Yeah.
Is
Yes,
worth
consider.
considering. Yeah.
I mean, that was an odd one back in the
Um,
day too. Like I know that was a Microsoft joint, but it ended up being Epic developed. Like that was a co-partnership. So it would be like I guess their second party with that Decima engine, but I'm trying to think like somebody with Unity, whoever developed Unity, if they did a project with Sony, that would be akin to that being locked into a Sony franchise. It's like, well, it's yeah, but this is a engine maker, and they ended up selling like Epic. They haven't done anything since they sold Gears of War. It was a horrible decision. They haven't done anything effective since then. Joking, of course, them of Fortnite fame and the Epic Game Store and purchasing Rocket League and other zeitgeist of the sort, but Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, put all those Gears games on Unreal Engine 5. That'd be a hell of a showcase. Man, imagine that chainsaw with the DualSense now. Now we're talking. The DualSense is good shit. Is there anything else to add on that other than the Xbox business event will be next week, and I guess we'll have more to discuss after that.
I mean, it's the industry has seen a lot of layoffs, and there's been a lot of talk about the fact that games just cost more to produce.
Yeah.
The ballooning cost of producing these games. Phil Spencer has talked a lot in the past about, hey, look, I think the days of console exclusives are kind of going the way of the dinosaurs. And he's even the motto for Xbox right now is, play your games when you want, where you want. And he wants more games to more players wherever. So
I mean,
there's a lot of people that are upset about this news, even though it's not 100% official, but
you have a company that just passed valuation of Apple, right? And they infamously can put Windows on just about everything. It's on tablets. It was on phones for a while. And I know some people that were really into those Windows phones. I think they were really good devices. But they don't care if it's a Microsoft branded. They don't care if you buy a Surface laptop or a Surface tablet, or it doesn't matter to them.
I mean, you can use the whole fucking
Buying
Office
Windows,
suite on
yeah.
iOS.
The entire Office suite is on iPad, and it's just not like that was the shocking news.
Yeah, when they did that, it was even that Apple allowed it to. Remember, they always were.
Renee says Sylvester's angry about Xbox decision. He mentioned if they decide to move Flight Simulator to Sony, he's selling his Xbox, and he's not signing up to Game Pass. Sly see them as a failure. What's he losing out on? He still has Flight Simulator. He's not paying $60 for it. He's got Game Pass. What is unless the PlayStation version has some crazy content that doesn't come to the Xbox, what's the difference there?
Yeah.
You already have a platform you've purchased. You already have a way to play the game. You're already enjoying the game. Why would you stop playing the game?
And Phil's always been big on console parity, so I doubt he's going to sit there and put extra shit on something else.
Yeah.
So he'll probably keep it the same across every platform.
MLB The Show hasn't been gimped in any way, has it? And Minecraft keeps getting updates on everything. Except Wii U, maybe? They hate the Wii U. You heard it here first. Microsoft hates the Wii U. And Nintendo. I don't know. These precedents are already kind of broken. You've kind of seen them going this way for a long, long time. I don't know. This isn't like mega shocking to me. I don't think that devalues your Xbox at all. Phil mentioned how they will bring more exclusives to the Xbox platform. They failed to bring what the people wanted. He sees this Game Pass as a failure. There's a lot of games on Game Pass. I just downloaded like 4 games. I guess the value is in the eye of the beholder on that.
Yeah, it's all dependent on the person. So I mean,
right.
What you want out of it. So there's a lot of people who don't like the PlayStation exclusives because they always argue like they're all third person. They're all the same fucking game.
It's a narrative and it's a third person adventure. Yeah, and it's got harsh decision making in it.
Yeah. So I mean,
I agree with you, Renee. I've seen that argument places, but I don't understand really how he's out anything. It doesn't. I think games are going to still come out. It's not gone. I don't think they're pulling the rug. We'll find out next week.
Yeah, I mean, we might be like, I don't even think it's going to be as bad as it's going to be. I think they're going to announce the like Hi-Fi Rush, and they're going to be like, well, in the future we're going to consider all stuff. It doesn't mean it's going to be on.
Renee,
there, so. It's not going to be. It's not even full third party like everybody's freaking out about. So, I mean, they're literally picking and choosing. So, I mean, that's why he had to do a statement next week because it's not. You can't deny it. And then, I mean, if it was true, they're all going third party. You might as well just say it now. I mean, it's already out. So, it's more complicated than that. I don't think it's going to be.
But when you've bought up the studios and all that you have, like, what's the return on investment on that if you're locked in one platform that's getting outsold month after month after month after month? These people answer to shareholders. I mean, Phil Spencer's going to, as you mentioned, Phil promised Xbox players, like, you're going to go out there and champion the platform that you're the brand marketing manager of, right? So that's, if you totally bought into this one ecosystem and that was it, they're beholden to the decisions of shareholders and where the money goes. They're getting stomped by the PlayStation, like 4-1, I think, again, was the numbers last time I saw. But that's platforms. I don't know if they're reaping it back on Game Pass or PC Game Pass or something. And
so I think they said, based off the core doc, is what they're bringing in with $3 billion profit a year in Game Pass, but they also are spending $1 billion to get games in Game Pass a year. So I think it's like a $2 billion profit a year in Game Pass. It's what was in the core documents for the Activision thing. So,
which is a different number to Microsoft than it is to.
I mean, they just spent $70 billion on a company. So I mean, they spent $10 billion on Bethesda, and it's always funny because somebody's like, "Well, Microsoft made $7 billion back that same year." It's like, no, Microsoft made $7 billion back.
Right.
Xbox didn't make $7 billion back. So it's like that's how they look at it, man. They look at the divisions like, "Hey, you need to keep up your shit," you know. So I was laughing. I was telling Brent yesterday because I was laughing like the people were joking like Jim Ryan tried to save Xbox, man. They're like, "Don't buy Activision." So
that's a funny anecdote.
Yeah, because if they didn't buy Activision,
don't
they
do
won't
it.
Be doing this shit,
you won't be in this. Yeah, and this is, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? We were talking about the 1,900 layoffs.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they announced some more today for California. So
Sega's coming up. Apparently, Sega's on some state. Is it California? You have to put out a month ahead of time when layoffs are coming for. Yeah, and it's going to be Sega of America.
So, and then somebody else was joking on Twitter that the FTC was right. If Xbox buys Activision, is going to hurt competition. They were right.
Competition in what though? Like what even is that competition space? It just feels like we all played tonight. We all played the same game, right? I just happen to be on the Xbox because that's where that install is at. I also have it on PlayStation. I could easily switch over and have all the same shit and be doing the exact same thing on the PlayStation, right?
I played it up with y'all on Steam. Played it with y'all on Xbox.
You've played it on all three platforms. So. And I'm sure they're anxious to get it on whatever that next Nintendo hardware because they've missed out on almost 150 million now units sold, like 136.
Yeah.
Switch consoles with no Call of Duty. Oh, I know this wasn't in the news, but did y'all see that leaked Call of Duty that some gameplay and stuff from? It was like after Ghost. Yeah, it was the space one. That looked wicked. And the rumor is this upcoming one is Call of Duty Gulf War with like open world missions and stuff. I think akin to like Gears 5. So we love that open world mission structure of.
Yeah, they're going with that Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3, but better open world environment. Do the missions
Black Ops Gulf War style. Open world missions.
I guess it's just me going into the plane, flying down. Pick up contracts and then jumping into the mission.
Go get the bounty first at all costs. It doesn't matter if they murder you. We'll respawn on you.
Where's that redneck? Where's that redneck guy?
Somebody else is playing a single player game somewhere and they're getting hunted over there. He's like, what the fuck? How's this following me?
I mean, that'd be fun. Gears didn't do that. It would be fun to have some pop in like that, right? I mean, I guess you would have to have the right server balancing to have people in the right place to defend said story mission or attack said story mission. But they pull it off in Elden Ring and stuff, but that's single player, right? So it's just somebody wandering through there. Mm-hmm. Time will tell.
So, I mean, we'll find out next week, man. It's going to be interesting to see what games they decide on because I could see him do, I don't know if I'll see him do Halo, but I could see him do Gears of War because he got a Gears of War TV show and movie coming on Netflix soon. So, I mean, that's the same thing Sony's doing to market shit. You know, you getting that shit out there.
So right sorry you saw Blake Crouch's Dark Matter coming to Apple TV Plus. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Brant, if you're in the mood to read a book, just go in blind, and I will loan you a copy, and you will not be able to put this thing down. It's fucking great.
Really?
Cesar told me about it. I was
Mm-hmm.
I was having a phlebotomy and had to give like a whole big sack full of blood, and I'm just sitting there for like 2 hours. And I was killing this book. I read half of it sitting there in that chair. I couldn't put it down. It was so
Damn.
good.
It's
I didn't want to
good.
get in the car and drive home. I just want to sit there and finish the book. It's amazing, and the show's coming out. So, what was that? Jennifer Connelly and.
They had me Jennifer Connelly. I don't know
Sorry.
who it was. I was like,
That's why I can't
someone
remember who. Sorry, male lead in Dark Matter. We apologize to you. And Blake Crouch. I'm sure you picked out a great actor, but we applaud your Jennifer Connelly selection. She's a fantastic actor. All right, Microsoft. I don't know where this is gonna go.
I mean, we all don't know, man. It's not going to be good or bad because I mean if it was a bad thing, they would have just went ahead and
These are good
off.
video games. More people need to play Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
More people need to play Starfield. It needs to be on more platforms. These are big games. They're looking at the numbers and they see they don't have the install base. And why would you... I wonder if Steam is really killing Starfield. I wonder if Steam and Xbox on Starfield or Hi-Fi Rush is just like these crazy numbers. And they're looking at it like, why are we doing this?
We got Sea of Thieves, which makes sense. Add more players. Yeah, Grounded makes sense. Add more players. They got a lot of gas type games that are already made that just need to be ported over, and they have to then spend time making new stuff. And just
Renee's right. Renee said what I just said. You have to make your investment. Why not place your products on other platforms to make money off of them? It's already done. It's there.
Hey, that's everybody has a choice, man. Yeah, so.
I would. Yeah.
But I mean, it's funny to me because some people were on Twitter like, I traded in all my Xbox stuff. I was like, why? You can still play that shit there. They're not. It's not like fucking Dreamcast where they came in.
Right.
All right, it's a done deal. We don't make shit anymore. You just bought an empty box. I mean, I guess that's what people get stuck in their heads. I mean, you're still gonna have Game Pass on there. Nothing else changes from that. They're still gonna put Xbox.
And people
games on there.
forget Sega went. I mean, Sega went third party, right? But they still had exclusives. Billy Hatcher went here. Crazy Taxi went here.
Yeah.
What did PS2 get? Virtua Tennis. Virtua Tennis went here. They split that. I mean, I like to refer to the Xbox as like a second Dreamcast, but truly, those next titles still went other places. The next Phantasy Star went to GameCube. The card collector one, Card Battler.
Yeah, Crazy Taxi 3,
Xbox,
the High Rollers was on Xbox. Yeah.
Togi,
was on
yeah.
Xbox, so 1 and 2. Yeah.
And then Billy Hatcher for GameCube. It's like, sure, that's definitely a Dreamcast game. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go.
It'll be fine, everybody. Everybody's upset. Breathe. Just breathe.
I'm not upset. I look at it as there may be this huge decision coming up. There may be this huge... Some people see Xbox as Sega. I don't... It's not quite there, Renee, because Sega didn't have, like... Let's say Dreamcast had... All 10 million of those Dreamcast owners had SegaNet, and they were paying $10 a month for SegaNet. And online was free for Dreamcast, right? Except PSO. You paid credit card...
PSO was PSO was.
It was in that early MMO thing where you definitely paid a subscription fee for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you got to pay the server.
But that was
server fee.
That was the only one, I believe. PlayStation was free for 2 and 3. Xbox Live started off as a paid tier because you had more features in Xbox Live than you had at PS2 Online or GameCube Online or Dreamcast Online. It's not the same. It's not the same analogy.
Yeah, I mean, because Sega stopped making. I mean, they stopped making everything. It was done. It was dead, and Microsoft's not going to do that. So all they're doing is putting games elsewhere. Not every game, just certain ones.
And we're a video game podcast, right? And our chat is full of video game fans, and you're fortunately or unfortunately, you're not part of the 99.9% of gamers that are just going to keep plugging away and playing Candy Crush on whatever and playing Fortnite on whatever. And when this news started coming out, and I can't even remember what I sent to Cesar. It was some funny thing about people arguing over media. And he was like, people are just going to see somebody playing Sea of Thieves on PS5, or Sea of Thieves has come out for their PS5, and they're like, oh, my friends play that on Xbox. I'll just jump in there with them. It's not going to matter to them.
That's really going to happen, yeah. They're not going to be like, oh, Xbox, man. I mean, my friends talk about this. That's the majority of the gamers that play now.
Renee says, I
mean, Renee, literally, if you look on Twitter, it's just 40-year-old plus men arguing.
Careful, Cesar.
They're all. I'm 40. I can say that they're all 40 years old, just crying out into the air. I'm like, dude, y'all some 40-year-old kids, man. Get this.
Brent, you'll find out in 20 years. Renee says, I think people are angry because they spent money on hardware, but they're not bringing the games to the platform. The games are becoming third-party these are games that are coming to the platform already. That's not, it's not
They're
any
still coming
sort
to
of
Xbox,
loss
yeah,
from that. Doesn't matter.
I mean, if you argue better value, yeah. I mean, if it's coming on other consoles, you can sit there and go like, oh, maybe I should have just bought this one. There's going to be some people that are going
And
to be
Game
like
Pass
that,
is
but-
going to give you Indiana Jones day one
Yeah.
for whatever. Like Cesar keeps talking. Cesar has mentioned many times on his podcast he gets Game Pass for free. He will be playing Indiana Jones for free. He's not paying $70 on PS5.
I'm not buying it on PS5. I mean, I play a lot on PS5. I'm not paying $70 on PS5.
When you could day one it on
Jones.
that.
I'm not paying $70 for Starfield because I put 5 hours in there. And now it's not for me. I stopped playing it. So I was like, I don't see the hype on that. It might be for Richard, but because I mean he loves that.
I need to try it.
It's tight, wander to this whole craziness, and people love that. And I'm not going to get in an argument with people on Twitter anymore. They're like, well, if you beat the game 3 times, it's the greatest game ever made. I'm like, fuck off, man. I can't even get past it the first time. You want me to beat it 2 more times? Get out.
I think
face.
Boosh fell off of it pretty hard too. And I said last summer I've got to beat Skyrim, and I actually updated my the version that came out for Steam Deck. So I've got it on Steam Deck. It's ready to go. I might beat Skyrim before too long. The 12-year quest.
So I mean, the only game I'm excited for is Hi-Fi Rush, but then I've always had that on my Steam Deck, and I played that on there.
Everybody should play Hi-Fi Rush. It's a fantastic video game. Everybody should. Yes.
These games they announced.
Yes, I would argue that you could get an Xbox Series S and get Game Pass and play Hi-Fi Rush. Yes, that's a compelling argument to get an Xbox, but people aren't doing that. They're not. So you have this great title and this great franchise just sitting there. Why not putting on other things as well?
Got more people asking when it's coming to Switch, and how do I play this? So.
That install base of 136 million versus 20. Will we say 20 for the Xbox Series consoles?
Yeah.
Because
because I think they said they're under pace. I think they were saying that Microsoft was looking at the sales of the consoles, even though they deep clearance them in this holiday season, but they said they're still under the original Xbox One right now. So pacing wise,
and they dropped.
I think that's what they pushed their pushing for.
They dropped that Series X to $350 in some places over the holidays, and I saw them everywhere. But I saw PS5s everywhere. I saw Switches everywhere. This was the first holiday I remember because I'm always like, hey, I'm telling my friends, like, if you're getting this for your kids, go ahead and grab it. They're going to be gone. And I saw them all through the holidays. Anywhere I was at, I saw consoles.
It's funny because I think when Rich, you got a coworker that was like, oh, which one? PlayStation or Xbox? And you're like, I think Xbox gets a better value, and he went and bought a PlayStation anyways.
Do you know why?
People going to buy what they want, man.
Do you know what the conversation broke down to? Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank, right? He's like, which one's Ratchet and Clank? Yeah. I love those games. I was like, PlayStation. He's bringing me back my copy. He 100%ed Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on PS5 already in like a month. I got everything. I got all the golden bolts.
He chose his kids the console based off his gaming preference, which was Ratchet and Clank.
He said, I think I play it more than they do. I was like, you keep playing Ratchet and Clank. You need to give them their PlayStation back. Compelling argument, but Ratchet and Clank is also on Steam Deck. You don't have to have a PS5 to play Ratchet and Clank, which is fantastic.
It's also you can play it on Steam Deck. Yeah, you can play it on PC.
Murmy said you never told me about any console for my kid. What console do you want for your child, Murmy? What are they gonna play? Are they gonna play portably? Friend of the show, Sly may have an Xbox available soon. It sounds like.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
All right, find out more next week. This is gonna be
This new generation is awesome, man. Because I talked to a lot of coworkers, and then like a lot of these kids are like 7 and 8, and they're building PCs now. They're like, yeah, they build a PC on there so they can play Minecraft. I was like, the 7-year-old build PCs. Yeah. So yeah, I helped them out. I was like, all right, man, let's go. He's like, yeah, he does everything on Steam. He says, he said, fuck console.
Yeah.
I was like,
one of my coworkers had 11-year-old son built their own PC. Went through, asked for parts for Christmas, and then like panicked and was like, no, I need more RAM. That's not the right. I sent the wrong RAM. I sent you the wrong list.
I got the wrong frequency.
And then another coworker, he's a little bit older than me. He's building his first PC, and he somehow stumbled onto PC Part Picker, and he was showing me this list on PC Part Picker, and I was like, do you really need this $1,200 computer? I don't even know that you have I don't know if I have a compelling reason for this computer, but I'm very impressed with what you put together.
And it's still cheaper than that.
It still is cheaper than the Apple Vision Pro. Correct. It's a spatial computer.
I showed that video to my I showed that video to my coworker at work where they were watching 5 different NBA feeds on there. He's like, "This might be worth $3,500." Is what he told me. He said, "I might invest $3,500 just to watch
Wait,
5
go
different
on.
NBA
I didn't think
feeds at the
about
same
that.
time."
All right, here's the thing. We
Yeah.
have to have one by the time the World Cup comes on. Remember when the World Cup has like 4 matches at once on that last day?
Yeah.
We have to just be sitting there at the Vision Pro.
Yeah, the guy had it with the NBA when he had them all open, streaming all of them. That's crazy. My coworker's like, he's like, it might be worth $3,500. You know, he's like, hold
Living
up.
the dream.
Yeah. And he's like, he's doing it from the
Eating
couch.
hot
on all
wings.
big
Just
screens,
eating hot wings and
around.
watching 5 screens.
Yeah. All over your headset. You're like, you keep missing it.
So sorry you froze. You're in the Karate Kid position. What was it? The stork?
That
Was it
works.
the stork
Let's go with that.
position at the end?
Yes.
All right, Brant, take this next news story. This is a much happier news story. I'm very pleased for this.
Yeah, good job.
Newsmaster Brant McKee.
So PDP has announced formally their brand new piece of hardware called the Riffmaster, which is another plastic guitar that can be used for either Rock Band 4 or will be compatible with the little rhythm game that's in Fortnite. The
Wait, what?
You didn't know that?
No. Is it legit?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fortnite Festival
Yeah.
rhythm game mode.
Why am I
recently
shocked?
Introduced in the free-to-play game.
They legit have like Vegeta singing songs
gosh.
and dancing. It's they put the
Why am I
seamless videos
shocked?
on there.
The guitar will be compatible with your PlayStation 4 or 5, Xbox Series SX, or Xbox One. According to IGN, who received the first exclusive hands-on, on a single charge, the battery lasts about 36 hours, and actually has this feature where it can fold and easily be stored. It does not look like there are any pricing details at the moment. And of course, the article talks about how Rock Band 4's last DLC released about a week ago.
We mentioned that, last week?
Yeah.
36 hours on a single charge.
This thing looks really cool.
Holy shit, Harmonix even made that Fortnite festival.
Yeah.
Don't know if that's cool.
This is what they've been
I don't know if
reduced to.
that's cool or I hate the fuck out of that. I think I'm leaning towards that sucks. We're over here arguing about what games are coming to what platform, and Fortnite's just this all-encompassing black hole of genres and hangout space. It's the new Roblox, right? Roblox was kind of like the first. Everything's in here. Just come join us and hang out. No price. This is cool that there's going to be something available again. The last 3 songs. That's going to be trivia somewhere one day. What are the last 3 Rock Band DLC songs to come out? Wherever You Will Go by The Calling, Thank You by Dido, and Send Me On My Way by Rusted Root. I know 2 of the 3.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we all don't know what Rusted Root's Send Me On My Way is. Send me on my way. That's how it goes in my head. That's what they've been reduced to. Damn it, Brant. Oh, that hit a little bit later there. It is. It sucks. This is what we do now. Man, I can't wait. We made this huge impact on video games and peripherals and plastic. Like, worldwide impact. And now we just do this. And
We're game mode in Fortnite.
whatever pays the bills, right?
Yeah.
The work is still there. Next up, the next story comes from Eurogamer. I gotta accept some cookies first.
Oh yeah, there's a lot to accept for some reason.
A lot of tapping on Eurogamer's article.
But this one has everything in order, which a lot did not. They all wanted to start with the last thing and jump around, so...
Okay, well done, Lottie Lynn at Eurogamer. Thank you for compiling this fantastic list for us. This is everything announced in Sony's PlayStation State of Play. I guess let's just run down the list and then we can go over it.
Yes.
They opened with Helldivers 2. Cesar ducked out for a minute.
Yep.
They started with Helldivers 2, which looked good. Looks solid.
Yeah. Which,
So
I
much
mean,
for all
we've,
of us going
we've,
through there, right? Or going
we've
through
seen
all of it.
Helldivers 2 for, the last 3 Sony shows, I want to say now.
And it's getting a physical
The-
copy.
Yeah, the last time this was the one that had like the weird gameplay where they were all, it was like pre-recorded gameplay, and they were like commentating
Yeah.
over it, and it was like,
Hi, Genie.
oh, come over here.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, I got shot. Come and help me now.
Oh, look, it's glowing. I think we found a weakness. Everyone, fire at that
Yeah.
weakness together. I have grenades on my
Yeah.
L1 button. Yeah, stupid, pre-scripted crap like that. Oh, God, go watch some of those old Battlefield unveilings. They're really bad about it. I don't know. Hey, we're not marketing gurus. We don't have to pitch video games to millions. Helldivers 2, then Stellar Blade, which I had not seen anything before.
They announced it before, but this was a pretty in-depth look. That trailer was,
And soon, April 26th.
Yeah.
This game looked amazing. This game looked amazing, by the
it
way.
looks really
Yeah.
damn good.
It was like it's like that gets that near.
Yeah.
This was probably my game of the show, just because it to me it came out of nowhere. They don't say anything about the studio, but the studio seemed brand new. It didn't seem like they had done anything before. Yes,
Yeah.
Cream,
but they had an
basically,
interview
yeah.
with the developer. I always appreciate those touches. Like, I do want to hear about you and your thought process from the game and stuff like that. Next up, Sonic X Shadow Generations is like a remake of Sonic Generations, or is it a new one? I couldn't tell.
I don't
What's
know,
that?
We brought this in existence. We
The
knew
joke about the Shadow
Collection,
Collection. And I've been mentioning Sonic Generations in 3D here recently too, so we did bring this about. But I like there was a clip in the trailer where like the new Sonic and the old Sonic are just flying through the air in slow mo, and you think the title screen's gonna come up and all that, and then Shadow goes flying past them, and their heads turn, and they're looking at Shadow like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. Next up was Zenless Zone Zero. This is the PS5 version, the next game from the HoYoverse, makers of Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rails in development.
I'm lost, man. It's
Yeah.
like the third game. I don't know what's.
But all
what
the stuff
anymore.
looks good. It doesn't look like cheap mobile cash-ins or anything. They all look quality. And I hear good things about both of those HoYoverse games.
And they all use the same characters in like alternate different dimensions, forms of themselves that are different. So that stuff interests me. But man, I don't know, man. It's a lot of investment to get in there and enjoy the
It
whole
seems like
universe.
it at this point. Foam Stars.
Yeah.
Should have started
when
at
it
the
came out.
OG, at the landing spot of the HoYoverse.
Yeah, when everybody was like, "Oh, this plays like
The
Breath of
Genshin
the
Impact
Wild."
when it first came out. And now it's almost like Fortnite, right? It's not the
Yeah.
build and save yourself mode. It's all sorts of stuff in there. Next up was Foam Stars. We got a preview for Season 1 of Foam Stars, which will be arriving today as of this recording. Have you guys downloaded Foam Stars?
Today.
Not yet.
I need to, so we can
Yes.
all play. I did not play the beta when you guys did.
So
You guys are ready? Cesar's ready?
I know I played the beta. It was alright.
Next up, Dave the Diver with Godzilla content. Godzilla will be emerging from the depths within Dave the Diver in May.
everybody's favorite
Dave the
indie
Diver.
game.
I've yet to play it.
Quote unquote indie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that was the
quotations
that was
around
the whole
indie.
bit. Who is it?
Yeah.
Embracer Group or Ten? Oh, okay.
NC
I was
Soft,
good.
I think.
Tencent was my next guess.
People made a Guild
Yeah,
Wars
$500 billion
and all those other games.
corporation making indie game of the year. Dave the Diver. It's not like the studio will fold if this is not successful. V Rising. It's a trailer for the Gothic game V Rising. The top-down action game will be released later this year. That did look good. I remember that one now. It wasn't until they just said top-down that I was like, oh yeah, that's that one.
Is it V Rising or is it
VR Rising?
VR Rising?
Or just Rising.
Rise.
What are you doing over there with that Apple Vision Pro? I'm Rising. Rising these 5 NBA games. Silent Hill: The Short Message. I feel like we knew about this many months ago. They were going to release like a downloadable short thing. It's a standalone thing on its own. It's available now. It's a shadow drop. You can play it for free. I have not tried this yet. Then we got some.
Supposed to be the
newest of the
new
Silent Hills.
so.
Speaking of old Silent Hill, We then got a trailer for Bloober's Silent Hill 2 remake, though there was no release date yet in sight. Notes Eurogamer, the latest looks are a hero fight off a number of torsos. Specifically. Oh, it's just like Bozo the Clown.
Yeah.
Ken Levine's next game is not Bioshock, it's called Judas. Guess
Looks a hell of a lot like
Let's
Bioshock.
go.
Guess what this looks like?
Spent like 10 years trying to I'm gonna make something
This
different.
is exactly the quote that I saw. Man, I got to take a sabbatical from games. I can't do Bioshock again.
I can't. I gotta create a process.
10 years later.
Back over
Guess
here.
what?
We're gonna call it Judas, and it's gonna be first person, and you take these med stuff to.
Yeah, but you can dual wield. You can have like electricity in your hand and then like a rifle in the right hand.
Yeah.
This is totally unique.
Yeah, but instead of being in the waters in space, so it's not the exact.
We didn't do that before. This is not Bioshock. This is Judas. Judas. Metro Awakening. This is a PSVR 2 game. This will be out in 2024. I've always heard those Metro games are very, very good, and I started one of them and it just did not grab me.
I'm not gonna buy VR for that.
No, they still did not give us a compelling argument for PlayStation VR, did they?
Yeah. Nope.
They did not show us 5 NBA screens at once and YouTube above the stove telling us how to cook the item that's on the stove. Yeah, we gotta send Brant that demo. That thing with the screens.
Even though
and stuff is
YouTube's
dope.
not compatible with... There's no YouTube app on Vision Pro.
I think it's a native one. They had the browser,
I think
the
they're
browser screen or
It's
something
using-
up.
Yeah, you have to pull it
browser,
up on the
yeah.
browser, or you have to use third-party
Same.
crap to try and get stuff to work.
It's the same with Netflix. There's no
Mhm.
native on there. I think the only native app in there is Max, and they were super proud about it because the guy's like, "Yeah, I developed it, and we're the only one who did something."
Brent,
with it."
this guy does in 40 seconds what Apple has failed to do in the entirety of showing off this product. It's so fucking cool. I didn't know you could do all that shit with it.
Yeah, fucking virtual keyboard. You got like 3 screens. I was like, shit, you could literally just be doing this in the air and just working. I'm like, holy fuck.
But he's at home, so all the stuff we've seen is like these tool bags on trains and people driving Teslas and stuff, and they're just like, they're tapping away and
getting pulled over.
they're just doing this weird shit on the road.
Yeah, the guys crosswalking doing this. In the middle of the fucking road, it's like, finish walking, man.
You gotta prioritize these things, sir. Or if you get hit, please land to where I can take the headset off your body.
Ugh.
$3,500, it doesn't go to your family.
Yeah.
I think the funniest one was the one in London where the guy's walking the robotic dog, like the Boston Robotics dogs. It's like nothing on him is real. He's just walking around with the headset and just walking a dog with a controller thing. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Brant sent me the Boston Robotics dog pulling a trailer, like a Victorian
like
carriage.
A
Yeah. But it was a guy from
Adam Savage.
Yeah, it was Adam Savage.
Mythbusters.
I would say a friend of the show, Charles's. Yeah, of Mythbusters fame, of course. We got another PSVR 2 quick look, and that is Legendary Tales, an action role-playing game for PlayStation VR DOS, out this week as well. Next up was Capcom's Dragon's Dogma 2, March 22nd. Looks solid. Rise of the Ronin got some gameplay. That will be coming out March 22nd. Until Dawn, this had leaked a little bit before the show, is getting a full remake for PS5 and PC. It didn't look. I guess it owes to the testament of that original art style, but it didn't look to me like, oh my god, this is really PS5. Until Dawn, this is not anything like what we saw on PS4.
I mean,
it was very similar, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's Unreal Engine. It's the same game. It's just like they were showing like somebody had put in a website comparisons. It looks different. It looks upgraded. But I'm like, I don't think it's bringing anything new to it. So I mean, it's like this. I mean, I was talking with Richard earlier about this shit. It's just like, all right, we're gonna put this game on PC, so fuck it, let's just remake it and also put it on PS5, and we're gonna make a movie based off of it.
I mean, when you hear those arguments of like Last of Us Part 2, why did we need that? It's basically like a side project to the PC one. They're going for those PC sales.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. Yeah, I mean, I guess they decided like if we're gonna just remake this instead of porting it, we're just gonna remake it. Might as well just go ahead and release it on PS5. I know that's what a lot of people are like. That people are tired of playing remakes on PlayStation. I get it. So, and the ones that they want, they can't make into a TV show. Like I told Richard, I was like, we can't make Bloodborne to a TV show, so we can't do a remake. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It won't work. No Bloodborne remake. Can't make it to a movie or TV show.
We could get a Jack and Daxter animation or a Sly Cooper, Adventures of Sly Cooper.
But on Nickelodeon, man.
That's what you said. You did say
not a
Jack and
remake
Daxter.
Jack.
I don't know. Those are the remakes
But on
I'm clamoring
Nickelodeon.
for, as I have to stream them to my PS5.
They did one Ratchet and Clank movie. Why don't they do another?
Did y'all watch
Or
that?
do the same thing.
I heard it was kind of middling. I don't think it was bad.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is before they came out with the PlayStation
Yeah.
Productions, because this one is where they handed it off completely and had nothing to do with it. But they now everything they do, they have their hands in something with the PlayStation Productions, like an actual production.
Ratchet and Clank is a very... I'm trying to think of the term. You have to hold it. You have to, like, when you get those weapons that do the disco dancing and all that stuff. It's a very tangible. I don't know what the term is. Like, it's pretty much tied to the person who's playing it. I think that's why a bunch of those aren't multiplayer, right? So the whole it.
I mean, what was it? All for One was the only one that was multiplayer.
And that was so well received.
That's the only one I never beat. That's the only one I beaten every Ratchet and Clank. But
Can we play that multiplayer on PS5 if we stream it to our PS5s? I know it's on that list. I'm pretty sure I looked at that recently.
I mean, you're just basically going to a PS3, so I guess if
Yeah.
it's PS3 servers.
Renee says, this is an older comment, but Renee says he's excited for Silent Hill 2. Can't wait for Silent Hill Remake. I think that's everybody. Survival horror is making a big comeback. I know you guys are pleased. Lots of survival horror.
Yeah.
Oh, my screen went dark. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. This was like the longest bit at the end of it.
It was a very long trailer of what the hell is going on here.
And I watched a lot of it, and I'm glad nothing was spoiled for me, because it seems like if you told me that was from the first Death Stranding, I'd be like, okay, that looks like it. It looks like what's happening.
And I sent that tweet to both of y'all, and Brant, we
Yeah.
got our JoJo reference in there, so.
Everything is just so damn random.
It was a Kojima-ass trailer.
Same
Yep.
as it ever was. Same as it ever was.
We were using that on Warzone too, weren't we?
That's how same as it ever was.
It's not a bad one. And that was it. That closed out the show, and they also announced a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Direct would be today as of this recording, so...
I watched...
I was about to say, I know I
that.
watched it. I figured neither of you were watching
I did
it.
not.
So,
Is there anything non-spoilery that could be added to the conversation?
the demo is out.
Demo's out today.
The demo focuses on a specific portion, and there will be another part of the demo added sometime between now and actual release. So, yeah.
Updatable demo.
Does it carry over to the main game in any way?
Yep. You can skip over, they said, the whole demo
Oh,
part.
okay.
I think
Wow.
that's what they were saying on the online. Yeah. Whatever part you play in the demo, you can skip that part. But you can't skip the update part, because it's like an update is a modification of what the original events of that area
Cool.
is going to be in that game. It's not the same, so. And I think you get some summons or something like that carry over.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Carry,
neat.
Say Dave Elder. Yeah.
I fired
Some
up,
bonuses.
I have had it downloaded on my PS5 forever, and I looked at it on the portal, and it had been exactly a year and 1 day since I played that first chapter. And I remember streaming that. I just sat down here one day and streamed that first chapter of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
That was the first day, one of the first days Richard unlocked his profile. 'Cause
Was it?
locked for the longest time? Yeah, you did it to share that video from Final Fantasy, where you just kept going.
Oh, that was
Jesse's
when the
ass.
first one came out. Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Because my voice is on that. Like, I don't know how I got the voice capture on PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cloud was just like going up the ladder
You're
on
like- you're like-
Jesse's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me, like, you're welcome. I unlocked my private profile so you can watch this stupid video so I can post it.
Oh, it's like,
pin it.
yeah, it's
Please
my
don't pin
pin
there,
video.
right?
It's like
Your
4
pin
years
video,
old
right?
now. I'm just laughing. I'm like, what is this game? But that was it. That was the state of play. I thought it was some good stuff.
Yeah, then the Kojima PS6.
Oh
game,
yeah, the
so-
culmination of all of the stealth espionage action experience that he's
Yeah.
ever.
And movie. Remember, because he did in
And
Columbia's
movie.
his pictures
Yeah,
when they went out the studio. Yeah. He's always wanted to do a movie. I guess Sony's like, you know what?
go for it. You're
Let's do
part of
it now.
Kojima Productions.
And we don't have to remake it later and make a movie based off of it. So
I'm excited for the stealth espionage, like whatever he'll do with the PS5 with the DualSense and the speaker, and God, there's no telling. What if you have the Slim? He's like, if you have the Slim PlayStation 5, take out your Blu-ray drive. You're disassembling the fucking machine as you play the next game.
Oh god. That way they can scan your hard drive and ask you if you've been playing.
Yes, if that ever comes out. Oh, there's no Castlevania games available this generation. That'll be the true travesty that he reads off your memory card.
Castlevania Advanced.
Yeah.
It'd be Bloodstained.
Bloodstained.
Right?
I'll give you for Bloodstained.
Yeah.
Or it's just Brant. You like Brant games, don't you? That's what he reads off. Brant, did you like that Brant game we found and sent to you? That 8-bit looking Castlevania? That game looked good as
baby.
fuck.
That shit looked good.
What was the name of that? Do you remember? I think that was in our text thread.
not.
That shit looked good. I'm looking. The trailer just popped up on Twitter or
wishlisted
Instagram
it,
or
though.
something. Yeah, you did wishlist it.
Supposed to be out sometime this month, right? Yeah.
I was like, holy
Sometime
shit,
this
that's a
month.
Brant game. Let me send
Like
send this to the guys. All right, someone do the PlayStation Plus monthly games, which I need to download. They're available today. All of these. I thought we already got one of them.
Available. We just talked about Foam Stars for PS4, PS5. There's also Roller Dome for PS4, PS5.
Which is really good.
Roller Dome is good?
Yes, I bought it when it came out last year, and I didn't regret paying the $20 for
We
it.
also have Steel Rising for PS5.
Oh.
Another Richard game where you go in there and you have to fight to the death and die, and then it's your Dark Souls.
So, a friend of the show, Michael, was
androids.
talking about this, and he kind of said it was like it was doing Lies of P stuff before Lies of P got all the marketing attention and stuff like that. And it's also a Souls-like with a difficulty slider. So if that's not your cup of tea, like me, you can make it as easy as you want to or difficult as you want to. Yeah.
ABC.
Oh, some other stuff. Fall Guys Icon Pack. Oh, here we go. It's Next Gen Ratchet and Clank we're getting finally. Still no
Finally.
Jack or Daxter.
Alloy. New Horizon game in there.
Which we've had. I said Next Gen Ratchet finally. We've had a Next Gen Ratchet. We haven't had, and we've had a Next Gen Aloy. We haven't had Jack and Daxter or Sly or anybody. I mean, this is what Little Big Planet was doing. They should have Little Big Planet again with these same goofy type games. They're getting beat.
They've forgotten all these things.
They're getting beat by.
I mean, it's the same thing like when they had Japan Studios. Like, who's that Media Molecule anymore that has made Little Big Planet? Most of those people have left.
So, I was looking at this. We don't read the Nintendo sales figures anymore because they came out all the time. But there's like 60 million copies of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold.
No.
60 million copies of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I'm proud to say that was pretty bad.
It's borderline. It's borderline. It sounds like you
That
were
was a
from like Finland or Sweden, a Nordic
Man,
region. Yeah. Not instead of the.
It says I played like
UK
5
or
minutes of
Irish.
Skyrim, man. I'm back in that Nordic shit. But it's like nobody's doing a live service karting. Someone needs to do that. Fall Guys is just Little Big Planet, but one mode. Make a Little Big Planet.
I mean, we have Mod Nation.
Bring back
We have
Mod Nation Racers. That was great
Hey.
too.
Square Enix tried to do that live service racer. They tried to do
the
that
Chocobo?
racing,
Chocobos.
and it didn't go well.
Chocobo.
But don't make
Grand
it Final
Prix, and
Fantasy. Make it open to everything. Make it this Fall Guys thing or like a Fortnite or something like that. Don't limit it.
Crash Team Racing. They said it wasn't going to be live service, and then after the game came out, like a week later, they added a bunch of live service shit, and people
They
were
patched
like,
it in
"Nope,
after the
I'm done with
review.
that. I'm done with this game
After
now."
the review embargo.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That was a good remake though. If you just play the single player stuff.
Yeah.
For sure, no.
No
Give it
kart
up,
racer.
man.
No more good kart
Mario
racers.
Kart's the winner. Mark. We never got the Uncharted one we were promised. That's the only one I cared
Uncharted
about,
Racing?
So if they come back
Jack
and do that
X.
one, I'll be happy.
Whatever that was, racing.
Sully's like he lights his cigar with some kind of flammable thing and sprays it at you as you go by. That's my concept for Uncharted Racing. It's just a Sully character.
That's your
That's
your
it.
tech talk on kart racing.
Your last chance to download January's games already passed. There's a Marvel Spider-Man 2 game trial starting February 6th, also today. That's 2 hours. Trophies and save progress from this trial will carry over if you do decide to purchase the full game. I know both you guys enjoyed that game last year.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation Blog also wants you to check out their PlayStation Plus monthly game-inspired playlist on Spotify, which will be refreshed with new songs every month. So please dip into Spotify and check out the PlayStation Blog. Sid Schumann. Is Sid Schumann still on there? Check out Sid's favorite songs. This is Adam Michael that put together this PlayStation Plus monthly list.
Monthly list.
Man, we've been on for almost an hour and haven't got through news. How quickly do we want to go through Game Pass titles?
Last news story.
Oh, Bloodstained. We did it again. It's back.
Yay. Yay. Where's that? Oh, my mouse
Where'd
is
it go?
I can see it.
Not
the almost.
Boosh has a recommendation for a super large cursor if you would like to enlarge in your cursor. so you can always find it. It's just a giant arrow going across the screen.
Do I need to go to my doctor if my cursor stays enlarged for more than 4 hours?
I mean, like 30 minutes. You need to go get that thing checked out.
Yeah. Probably need to get that drained.
Drain your cursor.
Drain your cursor.
Yeah, you get that.
Oh my
that
gosh.
shit,
Oh boy. Some winners here tonight.
Right.
Yep.
So, all right, on the Xbox Wire from Megan Spur, we have available today Uncharted Cloud Console PC. The Kingdom of Uncharted has fallen generations after the collapse. The surviving descendants have chosen you to become the bellwether of the magical Adro spell. Go forth, battle monsters, solve puzzles, and restore Uncharted to its former skyward glory. I have no idea.
Sounds like Odama, the
Sword.
GameCube game with the giant bell with the guys you had to lead into battle.
I'm looking at my copy of Odama right now.
Yes, Boosh. Boosh says the cursor is massive. Thank you, Boosh, for chiming in. I needed the massive cursor comment.
Yeah. Alright, coming soon as tomorrow, Train Sim World 4, Cloud Console and PC, hit high speeds, roam free along the tracks, and get creative with a host of new tools, features in Train Sim World 4. Design your own libraries, plan scenarios, capture rail. I'm talking about a different game. Capture rail fan shots with the new photo mode across 3 detailed routes in the UK, Austria, and USA. Damn,
are they connected in this game? I think I would play a game where they're connected by train.
I'm interested if it goes from the UK, it goes Austria to UK to the United States. I kind of like the idea of like sharks attacking my.
Impressive.
So that's where it says Train Sim World. It doesn't say Train Sim Continent. So I'm assuming they connect. We might have to check this out on Game Pass.
I mean, they clearly got 2 fucking continents on there, man.
That's February 7th. So we might have to stream an hour of that.
Yeah, tomorrow, man. Then you have as soon as February 8th. You have Richard's favorite game of all time, Madden NFL 24.
Yes, and you do. I can confirm you do not have to have played Madden 1 through 23.
Man, finally, man.
Story does not carry over.
Years have been rough. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how all these quarterbacks come out of nowhere. PC Game Pass or Ultimate members can start your season on February 8th, which I guess... Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't know why they said that. When it joins the playlist then until March 8th, and you'll also score an Ultimate
What does that give you?
Charge pack. Is it only on there for a month? Is that what?
That's kind of what it sounds like.
Oh, then you'll score Ultimate Team.
Do you have to have downloaded it? Okay. When it joins the whatever the playlist is. Is that an EA Play thing?
Yes.
I don't know, man. It's another thing that I get for free that I don't play. So
I downloaded Army of Two onto my Xbox from that EA Play service, so we'll see how that goes.
All right. Resident Evil 3. Last month we got 2, now we get 3. Cloud Console PC, February 13th. Jill Valentine. Why didn't they do the 14th? That would have sounded cooler with Jill Valentine. But it's one of the last remaining people in Raccoon City to witness atrocities Umbrella's performed. To stop her, Umbrella unleashes their ultimate secret weapon, the Nemesis. Playing as Jill, you must navigate through the chaotic zombie-infested streets of Raccoon City, stunningly rebuilt using Capcom's proprietary ER engine. What the fuck is this? It's like a lot of self-advertising here. Solve puzzles, encounter other gruesome creatures, and try to escape the relentless Nemesis in the reimagining of the 1999 classic. That plays nothing like the 1999 classic. Bloodstain, Ritual of the Night, as Brandon alluded. somehow entered back in here. It's Return to the Game Pass. That's also what they said. The exploration focused side-scroller action RPG packing all the best features you come to know and love from the Metroidvania genre into a single content packed game. And I think they have like a Shantae DLC coming out soon. I don't know when it's coming out. For it. A little to the left. This is borderline inappropriate, but a cozy puzzle game where every day messes become pleasing puzzle arrangements. What? Stacking documents, sort postcards, and solve all kinds of puzzles across over 100 levels, but watch out for a playful cat who might stop by to swipe away all your hard work. It's like Tom and Jerry. This is what's happening here.
They just chase each other.
Played Up, which I've sat there and watched for 2 weeks from a whole bunch of fucking VTubers.
That's how I play Warzone.
Cloud console and PC. Yeah. Classic cooking action with permanent roguelike progression. Cook and serve your dishes, design and decorate your restaurants, and expend your culinary kingdoms with unlocks, abilities, dishes, and procedurally generated layouts. Take on the challenge solo or hire up to 3 friends. Richard, I think your young ones will enjoy this game, and it's funny watching people getting upset over where to do table placement, and it blocks your way, and you can't get to the dishes in time. All right,
that video you sent
yes,
me,
the guy was very upset with his
dude yelling at
wife over Overcooked.
Yes, chef.
Yeah. It's like that. I've seen some ingenious designs where people were like, they put the tables right inside the serving window, so they're like, people will eat them and then pick up the dishes and throw them in the dishwasher right behind them. They don't have to leave that spot. In case you missed it, MLB The Show 24 is coming to Game Pass.
I haven't seen that news yet. That's cool.
I don't see the difference. Yeah. But it's got your boy, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., not the senior, but junior, who also he played for Toronto, right? He played for the Expos. I can't remember. Which is Toronto adjacent. Blue Jays will be the cover athlete of the Standard Edition. Deluxe Editions will pay tribute to the legends of the Negro Leagues. Xbox Game Pass members can upgrade with the Digital Deluxe add-on to get bonus items and play.
I sent this to Boosh today because we were looking at it. There's like a Super Deluxe Edition that gets you a. It's supposed to have all sorts of extra stuff from the Negro League Museum, which is a baseball museum in Kansas City, I believe. But
man, they always put that shit so far.
I'm more interested in that than Cooperstown, to be honest. Because Cooperstown has all sorts of bullshit tied to it with their voting dramatics and nonsense. But the SKU, that deluxe edition, is $125, and they advertise on the box they will proudly donate $1 to the Negro League Baseball Museum. I'm like, really? You got all this branding, you get all this goodwill, the hat actually looks really good, the New Era snapback. We will proudly donate $1. I'm like, wow. Hey, whatever, man. Whatever.
$1. Hey,
maybe I'll pick it up. I got that Jackie Robinson edition like 5 years ago that was on heavy clearance with the hat and stuff. So maybe I'll do that and they'll still donate $1.
Still looking for the shoe.
Oh, the anime cover was so good. You never got it?
Yes, no.
Now he's with the other Law team. He's with the Law. He's with the Law Angels instead of the Law Dodgers.
Then you have DLC game updates for
only on PS5.
Time CT Season 11. PS5 exclusive, available never. Let's see, new adventures are at your fingertips. Discover your next voyage directly at the quest table, or choose a challenge that suits you. I don't know what any of this means. To dive straight into the action. Still don't know what this means. Gather fresh plunder for the trading companies as you rise to level 100. Still don't know what this means. And beyond earning new distinctions and rich rewards, we need a Sea of Thieves correspondent.
You're the Laszlo Holmes of Sea of Thieves.
I don't know what any of this stuff is. This is words put together.
That's what's up.
Words put together.
Thanks, Laszlo.
Yeah, trading companies level 100. I'm like, you put me in that game. I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Am I thieving? Am I seeing?
I have to have somebody show me what to do. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Perks. Brant's favorite part of the show that he doesn't want us to go over, but I will anyway.
Oh, we don't need this part.
Taco Demon Mini Slayer Cosmetic. What the fuck is that? Alright, I'm skipping that. I don't know what that is. I'm not even gonna talk about that. F123 Champions Upgrade. Get the Champions Upgrade, including 4 new My Team racing icons and more with your EA Play membership, including with Game Pass. Sims 4 Jungle Adventure Pack available now. Help celebrate Sims 4's 24th birthday. Holy shit, 24 with us. As a gift to you, enjoy the Jungle Adventure Game Pack with EA Play membership, including with Game Pass Ultimate. And Smite, holy shit's been around for year 11 starter pack available now. Celebrate year 11 of Smite. Style.
Year 11? Are they
includes
counting
Anubis.
like 6 months as a year, like a season?
Is that the Anubis from the Pals game? Is that
Or
what's happening in
Stargate.
Power World, or where is that? Yeah. I mean, the one that looks just like a Pokemon character. Look up Anubis.
Power
That's what I say.
World.
And his
Boosh played Power World.
yeah. Look up Anubis from Power World.
Is it safe? Is it safe for
Anubis
work?
from Power World. You would reckon. No, just look it up. You would recognize the Jason Pokemon character that is. Just look it up real quick. And it's voice pack as well.
What the fuck? That's
Two
that
skins for
thing.
Anubis, Greyhound, and Cosmic Power. It's not,
Was it
it's not very
Lucario?
subtle.
Is that the thing's name?
Sorry, yeah.
Lucario.
It's fucking
My
Lucario.
bad.
Lucario, yeah.
Anubis.
I was watching somebody on Twitter was making fun of that. They're going to like talking to their lawyers, the PAL lawyers. It's like they're like, what the fuck is that? That's Lucario. No, it's not. That's Anubis. Look, it's Anubis.
No, ours goes
Lucario.
Lucario. It's different.
Very different. Oh man, leaving February 15th. Galaxy Civilizations 3 and Opus Echo Star Song. Cloud console and PC.
Oh my god, we
That is,
fucking
everything
finally made it to
did my part.
news.
You put this in here, you did this to yourselves. I just read some.
Cesar, thank you for your monthly
blame Brent.
sabbatical of Xbox readings.
Yeah.
You became the Game Pass master.
If I don't do it, then Brent will do it in 2 minutes. So.
Games played. I want to touch on one game, then I'll hand it off to you guys. I think you guys got more to talk about. I listened to. You got hardware and games acquired though, which will be quite interesting. I was listening to. There's another show that I've mentioned a couple times on this show called My Perfect Console with Simon Parkin, and he invites guests on, and they create a fictional console with 5 games that they want immortalized on this console forever. It's a fantastic concept.
Remember that, yeah.
And they had Gary Whitta on there, who is a screenplay writer. He wrote Rogue One.
Spec Ops: The
Did he
Line,
work on
right?
Spec Ops?
The Line? Is that him?
He did games and then he pivoted to Hollywood. So I think he's been doing Hollywood more recently than games.
No, he's been
Yes.
doing like Star Wars
He
recently.
wrote Rogue
like, Star
One.
Wars
Book of
stuff.
Eli was one of his big screenplays that broke through. But he's a very, very interesting interview. And as I've listened to the show, there's some interviews where Simon kind of has to carry the show. Like, he's asking nonstop questions. Gary Whitta, if you've ever heard him on, I feel like I heard him on Bombcast before. He was friends with all those guys out there because he's in San Francisco. And I know he's been on the Giant Bomb E3 couch. They've gotten him out there before. But he famously, during the pandemic, did that Animal Crossing show. You remember that? You guys remember that on YouTube or something? It was like Talking Crossing, or it had some sort of name. He didn't even mention it on that episode. But he mentioned a game called The Artful Escape. Have you guys heard of this? The one with the guitar.
The guitar.
I'm fucking loving The Artful Escape. You play as a character in the beginning of the game who is preparing for a festival. He's a folk artist. And you come to find out the music festival is in honor of his uncle. And he is literally only a folk artist because his uncle was, and that's kind of what's expected of him. He has the same last name, Versetti. And he's going to be performing, like, everywhere he goes in this town that he grew up in, he sees his uncle has passed. And you come to find out within the first hour or two, his dad also passed at the same time. But everyone is all hyped up about his uncle and his uncle's music, and he's going to perform it and all this stuff. And like it's a 2D walking simulator, I guess you could say. You do a lot of holding square and moving to the right, and he jams on that fucking guitar to the environment. But the environment changes. The people that you talk to, the NPCs, are super well scripted. Like one of the parts that hit me very early on, and it's not ruining the theme of the game or anything, but the people were more concerned with his uncle than his dad. Like, his dad was, I don't know much about him, but he was not this famous musician that hit it big on this folk record, and nobody really asked him about it. But everywhere you go in the first part of this game, you hear this music echoing for the festival, and you never get away from it. And then I'm like, supposedly it's only a 4-hour game. I think I'm about 3/4 of the way through it, so I'll definitely be done by the time we talk about it next week. It's a very short play. The save menu is like the record. It's the record cover of the uncle. Like, you never get away from it. And the game has been about self-discovery and finding one's voice and it's been special. And go in. I've told you enough. If this is any sort of your jam, it's not difficult by any means. If you miss a little, it's basic platforming. If you miss a small little jump, they back you up a little bit and you do it again. And it never takes away from the story. Characters are immaculately well written. The music is fantastic. And I've been playing it on PlayStation Portal. It's a perfect Portal game, I would say. And I have just been loving every minute of it. And Gary was raving about it. He immortalized it on this perfect console. It was one of the 5 games that he was going to put on this console. And I was like, you know what? I never heard of that. And it's on PlayStation Plus. I can't remember if it's extra or premium. It was on Game Pass for a while. It's off of Game Pass now. It's like $20 on Steam. But that's where I saw you and friend of the show, James Wong, had both played this, or at least downloaded it or something. But it's an Annapurna game. It's published by Annapurna. The developer is like Beethoven and Dinosaur, I think is the name of the developer. And it was a guitarist that founded the studio, and this was his dream type thing to make, and it is so good. Great palate cleanser in between whatever else you might be playing. It's good. The graphics really pop on that Portal. Really, in that first 30 minutes, what you learn about the young Vercetti is he's not interested in folk music at all. I guess that's where the self-discovery stuff goes. He likes space operas. He likes sci-fi. Murmy says, is this the one about the car crash? Yes, I sent you that screenshot about it just mentions the car crash on the start screen. It's like a sub-note that he's lost his dad. But there's some really good shit in here. There's some really good characters. And as soon I had downloaded this maybe last Wednesday or last Thursday, and one of the main characters is voiced by Carl Weathers. The recently departed Carl Weathers is a character, and I couldn't tell that was him. It's so well voiced. I'm not saying he's not a great voice actor, but it's like he was totally in that character. It didn't sound like Apollo Creed.
Yeah, because you didn't go you didn't do the the Leo DiCaprio
I didn't. It doesn't
Carl
jump out
Weathers.
at you like that.
Yeah. You were like, what
and
the fuck? That was
so,
Carl Weathers?
man, the voice acting is so fucking good on this. We need more games like this. This is, as we hear about AAA game development prices going through the roof and all that stuff, we need more games like this. This game is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Brant, see if it's on that tier that you, if you have even halfway interest in it, if it's on that tier that, I'm looking at, I Am 8-Bit has a physical copy for $30, so when I'm done with it on PlayStation Plus Extra, or Premium, whichever one it is, I'll be getting the physical copy. I think you were muted, Cesar. You were tapping it, but we didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I'm making sure. I didn't that way.
You're golden.
I didn't interrupt your thing.
My
life is golden.
I think that's it. I've downloaded Hellblade. I want to play Hellblade before the new one. And I downloaded Army of Two. Oh, Gears of War. Gears of War with Jeremy. We played Thursday.
There we go.
I know he
Jeremy
was.
was about to get very upset with you. Yeah.
But am I messing with him, or am I checking to see if he's paying attention to the show and in the chat and stuff? You better fucking talk about Gears.
90% of the. 90%.
Or yes, you guys, or he calls me out. So you're all passing the test. I always remember to talk about Gears. I just want to make sure you guys do. So this was basically the PC level add-on with the Brumac and the power plant. It wasn't horrible, but we're playing on a super easy level to just kind of... Oh, Boosh says, oh, I'm listening. We're just trying to get through this campaign and move on to the next one. I think will be Gears Experience to play, maybe on normal for Gears 2. But, so we go at the very end of this playthrough, and it's on Twitch still. It was like an hour or so. We get to a train station, and I've been killing the feed after we beat an act. It's like an hour and 15 minutes or so. So I'm like, all right, we're at the train station. Thanks for playing, joining with us tonight, and we'll catch you next week for another Gears Thursday. And then I'm like, damn, that's the end of the game, is the train after, right after the train station. Mm-hmm. Yep, he's on the train, so I honestly think we have 30 minutes left in the game, maybe, and I killed that stream. I was like, shit.
No, man, you fire up the second game, you get super psyched.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him. I think he already downloaded Gears 2, so that next Gears stream might be 2 games in one. Might be going from Gears of War to Gears of War 2. But it's a lot of fun. I don't think there was any major developments.
Still upset you.
Gears Day? Happy Gears Day?
Yeah, it rhymes with Thursday.
Gears Day. The day after Wednesday. Murmy says there are more though. Yes, we're gonna plan to continue the Gears playthrough. We're gonna do Gears 2, 3, 4, and 5, and Judgment. We can all play Judgment.
And
so
Judgment. Yep.
you guys are more than welcome to jump in
And-
for Gears
and
Tactics.
Tactics.
I
And
forgot
Tactics
Gears
as well.
Tactics. Murmy says we
Yeah.
love it. Thank you for watching the Gears streams.
I won't. Next time, I want to hear from Jeremy preach the gospel of Gears. I want him to play so much of the story that he
That's
preaches
good.
the gospel of Gears.
It's
The Marcus.
it's
book
so
1.
good. Renee might
Verse
argue
13.
it's not worthy of being just on one platform. It should be on any platform available. That you get Gears on everything.
Too soon.
Man,
Too
just
soon.
imagine revving up the chainsaw with that DualSense. It's gonna be dope. And then you misfire
Yeah.
on the active reload, and he's like, Marcus is like, God damn it, Anya. Oh.
Or you just randomly just saying Anya.
That's my Gears.
Fucking hell,
Jack.
Anya. She's not even here, man.
Well,
Say
Cesar, you
off.
and I played through this one, and I think that kicked off our last Gears playthrough. Because remember when we bought Gears Ultimate, it gave us all the Gears games in backwards compatibility. That's the same year they launched the backwards compatibility. So as soon as you bought Gears Ultimate for $40, you got all 5 of the other ones. Boo says, "Thank you for talking about Gears." You're welcome, sir. This has been your Gears segment, our Gears segment. But they're all included, and Judgment is they're all successive stories, except for Judgment takes place before this one that we're playing, but it's just Baird and Cole. Is it Baird and Cole or Baird and... No, it is Baird and Cole. Baird's insufferable in this one. He and Marcus just go back and forth, and that writing is... it's trash. Between those characters. Everybody else is fine-ish. That is our Gears update. We should beat Gears of War on Thursday. It should not be too difficult, but everything else has been pretty easy so far. We just, since we're playing on the easiest difficulty, I'm usually the one that dies because I just try to run out and chainsaw people thinking I'm going to be invincible on the easiest difficulty, and down I go. You can't, I had forgotten about this, you can't crawl when you're down in the first Gears. Instead of crawling to your teammate, they just murder you. They kill you right there where you'd get downed at. It doesn't take long.
I mean, you're pretty much used to it from Warzone.
Yeah, Played Up. I'm already playing Played Up. That's it. That's my theme. I just see.
As you run down.
I actually have the Crimson Omen unlocked in Warzone. It just slowly fills in and gets darker, and then I just get murdered. That's it for me, I believe. Go play the Artful Escape. It is artful, and it is an escape. I love that game.
Artful and escapey.
Mm-hmm.
Artful and escapey.
Wait, that might be... No, that Annapurna collection I bought was too old. I think the game's too recent for that collection.
Which one? The Switch
I bought it
one with all the
I
games
bought
on
it from
one card?
Best Buy for PS4, and it was a big collection with Edith Finch and Unfinished Swan. I don't think it has Artful Escape. I would have remembered that, I'm pretty sure. Cesar's got hardware acquired.
There's maybe, or I don't.
Hardware unacquired?
Got a couple. Let's do the game stuff out of the way real quick. So, Saturday
night.
Man, y'all went
Saturday
off. I saw
night,
y'all trim the fat. You got rid of me.
Me and Brant won 5 times in Warzone. I think
5 times in one night.
with
Whew.
Jeremy,
Jealous.
I think Jeremy was with us, and I think 4 times for Jeremy. Yeah. And friend of the show Dale was also there for at least 3 of them. I think maybe 4. So, no, 3, definitely 3. He left out because we did one more and won the last one, so we retired on there. I don't know, man. Brant, we won so many that I can't recall any favorite moments except for the first win where I was dying in the gas and I just threw out a random breacher drone near to
What a
somebody's feet.
clip.
They killed him. So.
We need to put that on Instagram or something. It's a crazy clip.
Let me see
So,
if I've got.
Yeah, I got it somewhere.
Let me see if I've got a couple of those
I gotta
saved.
send it.
He's the son of a breacher drone.
I think I know Brant saw a couple of those endings, so he may have some stuff on there. I think that was the only one that I was
That you were around
fan,
for.
like a part of. So hardware-wise, I mean, we know we've talked about the last couple of weeks that I did get a Steam Deck OLED that I did upgrade. and the screen is really good, man. I went through and I basically just plugged in my memory card into the console and everything was
that's
carried over and
convenient.
didn't have to do anything. They still don't have a feature yet where you can just transfer games from your Steam Deck itself over to the Steam Deck. I mean, you can do from PC to Steam Deck and Steam Deck to PC, but not from Steam Deck to Steam Deck. So I took a chance. I was like, I'll re-download my emulator stuff on here. I don't really care about that stuff, so I'll let that go.
So you just have like a native Steam Deck, essentially. You're just playing Steam games so far.
So, I mean, I think I put a PSP emulator in there so I can start playing Brave Story, because I do this once a year, every year for the last 13 years, because for whatever reason, I love that book.
Brave
Story. I love that anime. I want to beat that game, and I never do it. So
you're trying it out
once a year, all the time. Yeah, so I did my whole thing on there, and I've been using the dock in here, which pushes out HDR, so it's like everything's coming in HDR and all the stuff on there. But I did talk to Brant a little bit on Saturday night when we were playing. That's like the OLED. I think if Brant had this OLED screen, he would never even think about. He doesn't think about the Portal now, but I know he would never buy a Portal, because like I've literally put Chikai on there, and I've been using it to stream to the PS5, and that OLED screen on there is fucking
masterful. Good stuff.
You saw
no,
Richard, you'd be like,
you can't show it to me.
The Portal
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
I kind of wish I wish the Portal had an OLED, man. I really did. I kind of wish
such
it
a beautiful
did,
screen already, though.
I'm
not going to. I'm never going to.
Oh, just wait. It's so fucking good. Outside of that, we also had a conversation that my controller, I got tired of my controller.
You were telling me about stick drift, yeah. So what? I mean, what's wrong with it? Is it's dead? Like it won't work?
So literally, I'm playing Warzone. This moves around 5. We know we use this to look up and down, left and right. So I'm just trying to shoot, and I'm just magically looking up without pressing it, looking up the ceiling, and then I'll reset it down, and then I'll run for a little bit, and then it's magically doing this again. And then somebody comes and kills me. So and then I'm sitting here like getting a can of air, trying to figure out like, oh, maybe it's dust in there or something like that.
You tried some troubleshooting.
I literally just have it sitting on the. I literally have it just sitting on the charger cradle. I do nothing else with it unless I'm pressing the button. I don't know. But this is literally the second or third controller. I mean, it's lasted me since that came out, so I do game a lot. So I was like, I'm tired of this shit. I spent about maybe $129 here, there on controllers, because my black one over here, it's going to end up doing it at some point. So I ended up, for our listeners at home, I ended up getting I actually fucking bought an Edge.
I'm excited to hear about this now.
Just because you can fucking I can just hit this release button back here and pull it off and just swap out the analog sticks right here. It's just a little modular thing, which funny enough, I was going to buy one just to keep on hand. They're sold out everywhere. I was like, great.
The sticks are sold out?
But, yeah, like everywhere, like GameStop. It's the only website, because it's like, I'll just have one in there just to keep on side, just in case it fucks around. I have not had enough time to play with it on the battery, but this is one heavy ass motherfucker. It is heavier than a DualSense, which is already fucking heavy as it is. When I got on that one and used it for the first time, but this shit is heavy as fuck. Some of the things you will notice on here, everything on here is programmable. So you already have these two buttons right here, which also bring up a menu, which you can set and choose your profile. Each profile is different. You can do up to like custom profiles up to 6 people, I think. You can customize the buttons here. Square and triangle, cross, and circle do not have to be the same. You can mix them up for whatever reason if you don't like them. The other thing back here is a slider. There's a slider on the back side with the triggers, so you can do short trigger bursts, which I just tap it lightly, is already touching it, and I can slide it up for a deeper one. So, which helps when you're doing like games like Call of Duty when you're doing a short one, because you tap it, it's instantly shooting. You're not sitting have to worry about pressing too hard and everything. And the other thing is these back pedals, which have been done on the PS4 for like the longest time, when they came out with the little additional adapter for it. This is basically what it is, and you can program any button on there. I don't know if you can do button press combinations because I haven't gotten that far yet, But all this is handled inside natively in the PS5 menu system. So like when I plugged in this controller, I had to update it. I did the beta, and this controller fucking updated again. But outside of that, you go, all the customizations handled natively within PlayStation. So I would imagine they would have something similar on PC for if you wanted to use it on PC. So
That's awesome.
And it does have a, which I will grab here, and it all comes in this hard case right here. It is a hard case that you can hold the controller in, which comes with a loopy
That case
thing,
looks
I guess,
nice.
if you wanted to.
Tell me about the loopy thing.
I mean, you just attach it to your belt, maybe.
Your belt.
USB cable holder at the top. Yeah.
Sold.
This is what was holding you, an extender that you can use this to plug onto your controller with the USB cable, so you have it plugged in, and makes it yank proof. And then they give you some different analog buttons here, some raised ones, some lower ones, and then they give you another circular back button pads back here.
Oh, the circular for the back buttons? Well, that's cool.
Yeah, you can do either or. So this is what you get on here. I'm a poor bastard, as I was telling them last night, and I decided to do this over Klerna's 4 payments over 2 weeks each.
Whatever works.
So the controller is $200, but my first payment of $54 went out today, and when they actually shipped it to me. So yeah, all that came in today, and I think that's going to be everything for hardware. I can't think of anything else. I been talking about for months that I did have some games on back order through PlayAsia, because PlayAsia is funny, because I do bulk orders. It's cheaper that way, and I'll get games that are coming out within a 6-month span.
That makes sense.
So I had one was from last year that got pushed back because one of the visual novels I had on there was supposed to come out in November. I think that was the last one on the list. Got pushed back to January. Whatever. So this is going to be the longest part. I'll try to keep it interesting for our listeners here.
I'll try to
so
keep
these
it
are
interesting.
some of the... I'll try to, because I mean, unless I describe it, but I'm not going to spend too much time on this stuff. So I did pick up Apollo Justice Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
Version. Show our support. One that just released recently. I did pick up the RPG that I think Richard knows of. It's the This Way Madness Lies, which looks like a Sailor Moon type-ish RPG, which is made by Z-Boy Games, which also makes games that look like Sega CD
I feel like I've seen that on Steam somewhere.
You do. I think it's on your wish list. This is from Limited Run. We have a visual novel called Tokyo Dark Remembrance. This is also from Limited Run. It's a visual novel of a young girl detective in Tokyo who goes through like a psychological type horror thing. I've played it before. It's really good. They came out with a physical copy, so I invested. All right, let's knock this out. I showed this guys to use earlier. This is Billion Road. This is from Namco Bandai. I don't know where I got Activision.
Hey, Microsoft built Bandai Namco as well.
It's going to happen at some point. So this is a board game-based game that is kind of like kind of like Mario Party. That's what the word I was looking for earlier. So you go around a board, you do mini games. This has been out in Japan for a while, different iterations. I think maybe from Super Nintendo, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the first time they actually translated over here in English. Might have to give it a try. It has like monsters and other stuff like that. All right. Some of this stuff might be dicey, so I apologize.
This is an adult podcast. I think we're fine.
Folklore Kodan, which is a visual novel, Bishoujo, which typically aspects of like female based, so for various reasons. This one's MSX Games. I think. Fantasia the Soldier.
The old Japanese computer.
So this is the new. Yeah, so these are the last set of games, because I think we got the first two.
It was Microsoft based, right?
MSX, yeah. Another visual novel. This one is one of the ones I liked. Is it's like a death loop based game where you die over and over again, and you're stuck in a time loop, and you're trying to stop it from happening. And it's happening on this girl's birthday. I haven't played it yet, but from what I've read about it, it looks pretty good. So, Romanesque Origin, which is another visual novel with these trains that have spirits of girls in them. I'm not sure about it, but it's a visual novel. I need something to practice Japanese.
That works.
I took a chance on it. Cosmic Fantasy. This is the second set, Collection 2. Comes with 3 and 4. These are, I think, Turbo Graphics games that are ported over old RPGs on there, with maybe some borderline inappropriate stuff. There's some girl wrapped up with tentacles.
Oh,
on the
no.
back screaming.
Then there's that.
The Capo, which is a visual novel game that's been coming out since the PS2. I think I had the complete collection on PS2. It's the 5th one. I didn't realize they were still making these things, but I did pick it up. It's another Japanese-based game that helped with my Japanese comprehension. This one is a Xbox 360 game that they ported over to the Nintendo Switch, believe it or not. This is Trigger Hearto. Yeah, Trigger Heart Excel, which this was a shoot 'em up on the 360 arcade back in the day, which now I have a way to keep it because I did buy it on the 360 arcade, which was not backwards compatible. So, 2045, which is also another visual novel with shoujo type things, where you have a main character who chooses a female protagonist, Japanese comprehension. Kimco RPG Selection.
Remember those Kimco
little
games?
mobile games that they put all in these little collections. I buy these because the other ones they sold here in America are like $30 for one game, which is ridiculous. There's 4 in one in here.
Much
for
better.
half that price. It's like $20. One, which is a 1990s visual novel, which is huge back in the day. This was all like
One.
This is a big deal. So this one is actually in English, but because they actually did the translation, but they don't have a physical copy over here. I think it's like 70. It's actually $70 on the Nintendo Switch store in America. It's a sequel to Brant's favorite game that he played like a month ago.
Which is?
You should recognize it out
Clear.
there. The Vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the second one, so it is the
Hell
sequel.
yeah.
The visual novel that pushed it back for like fucking 4 months. This one right here. I don't know why it took forever. This is a port of a PS Vita game. All those Vita visual novels, they finally finished porting them over to Switch. Last 2 games, I had no idea what the fuck this is. Looking on the back of it, it looks like a mix between Mega Man and I don't know. I just took a chance on it. So look on the back. It's just a girl with powers that uses her hair and that
Shantae style?
That's Mega Man.
Okay.
Possibly. And this one is Yama no Susume Next, which is another visual novel game. So with some RPG-esque stuff in the background. So I don't know. Japanese comprehension. There's no English version of this one. So all right, that's everything from the last couple
Games
months.
acquired. That's good stuff.
Now,
Yeah.
Games acquired. Yep. I'll kick it over to Brant here to take us home.
I guess I'll pick up with my games acquired. I don't have quite as many.
What did you acquire?
So we just talked about this literally like last night. But these 2 came in. So I've got the new Prince of Persia for PS5
Nice.
as well
Bomb
as
Rush.
Bomb Rush, Cyberpunk.
Remember, Brant, there's a JoJo reference in there. Just don't lose your head.
I also have a couple of Switch titles that I finally picked up. Paper Mario, Origami King, and the Kirby, what is it? Return to Dreamland Deluxe.
Return to Dreamland is excellent. I know Cesar was really big into Origami King. I haven't played much of that one.
I beat the shit out of this. This probably one of my favorite Paper Mario games until maybe 1000 Year Door comes out. And I can actually.
I know you
finish
put
that
some
game.
time into it on Steam Deck.
And that game did not run smooth when I showed it to y'all. It's funny. So I was like, I'll wait since they announced the
Yeah, right.
new one. I'm sorry, Brent.
And to round out, I've got some 3DS titles, both Mario and Luigi, Superstar Saga, and Bowser's Inside Story.
Those the UAE versions? Is that what it has at the bottom?
Yes.
I think I've got a Zelda game like that. Randomly, I got a UAE one. I think this is what they were shipping from the Nintendo store for a long time.
Yeah.
Those are good games acquired, Brant. That's quite a breadth of titles.
Yeah, hopefully those cartridges like mine won't die.
Cartridge thing was
Yeah.
worrisome.
Gosh. Don't say things like that, sir.
Hey, man, I'm in the same boat as you, man. I'm looking at my copies right now, so you won't walk away.
I finished my playthrough of Mort the Chicken. I literally had like 2 more things to do.
Sounds like adjacent of Eat the Cat.
Mort the Chicken is a pretty quick game.
You already beat it?
And yeah, and I don't know. It's still a weird zany game, and I had fun with it. It probably doesn't really have much replayability. After that, I jumped into going back to these 3DS titles. I jumped into Super Mario 3D Land for the 3DS.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I'd ever played that. I was just looking. I was like, I kind of want to play something on the 3DS. So, and I was really impressed by the use of the 3D and the design of the levels. Not necessarily around it, but to see how they integrated the 3D in those levels, and made it, feel really unique. And that only took a couple days to beat as well, because there's 8 worlds that you go through in that game. So,
what was the title again? I missed that before.
What, the Mario game?
Yes.
That's Super Mario 3D Land.
Oh, I love that game. Yeah. I missed that part.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, I love Mario 3D Land. That's my favorite 3D Mario.
Really?
It's good. I think I almost sat there and played in one sitting. I sat there on the couch
couldn't put it down when I got that day one and couldn't stop playing. So many secrets and charm and polish, and the 3D is just what that 3D was designed for. Yep.
And yeah, I beat it in 2 sittings.
So fucking good.
Because it really was one of those where, and it's annoying because it's a 3DS game and it's a Nintendo joint. They constantly ask you, "Hey, remember to take a break." Remember to put it down, and I'm like, no, let me keep going.
Virtual Boys every 15 minutes.
Yeah. And other than some embarrassing Warzone.
You guys got 5 wins in one night. That's the opposite of embarrassing.
And then, well, no, I said the past couple of days.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only other one I remembered, our last game, because I was looking at a couple of the replays that I've got saved, and nothing stood out except for that last game that we played, where we constantly kept getting down at the end. We were in the stream, in the canal by the fire station, and we kept getting down, we kept getting shot, and we'd get each other up, and then you died like once. We flared you back, you dropped in and died immediately.
I hate that feeling.
And so me and Boucher in the canal just watching. We kill a couple people, and then we're just watching the thing tick down. I can hear the guy, the last, because we realized it's 2v1. It's 2v1, and I can hear this guy running around the top, and I went down to pick up. I think it was a plate, and I accidentally picked up the plate and like a combat knife. So I get out of the water with the combat knife, and I run up, and I hop the hedge, and the dude's right there. So I just start stabbing, and and then he just falls down on the ground, and then Warzone.
It worked.
Oh, hell yeah!
The combat knife.
That was our final win, because we had
amazing.
We had lost our 4th. We played like 2 games on trios, and we're tired of that old map, and we were like, nah, let's play one more game. We'll go to quads, and don't fill out for keep it to where it's just us. We lost that game like miserably, and we were like, okay, no, one more, truly
can't end on that one.
And that's how it
Beautiful.
Ended.
God bless Warzone, the great equalizer.
I mean, Richard joined us at the very end of that. I didn't know if he took a nap or woke up.
I was indisposed the entire evening. I would rather have been playing, breaking away to play Warzone.
Yeah, I was like, damn, it's like midnight. I was like, damn, you take a nap, wake up? It's like, shit.
That made our 5th win.
Nah, I'm just giving you a hard time. I just thought it was funny. It's not very.
Yeah,
you
it
at
was
all.
funny. We were yelling and going, yeah, 5 wins. They're like, we're gonna have to tell Richard, and then all of a sudden Cesar goes, no, he's in the chat. He's in the chat. He's
What's
here.
there?
Yeah. I was gonna.
No, no.
Richard, I was about to say that. I was,
Hey, y'all haven't won since. I haven't either. I'm the weakest link.
True.
It's me. I know it's me. I'm fine with it. I'll be that guy.
hey man. Hey, we're all in there
Yep.
losing together. I don't know how the hell we won those ones. I don't know, man. I know the breach of drone one's my favorite.
Yeah.
God, what a clip.
I thought I was gonna die. I was like, my gas mask. I was in the gas for like forever. I was like, damn, I should be dead. So.
So I was looking up this Brave Story. Brave Story New Traveler by Xseed for PSP. Okay. It's not very expensive.
Yeah.
It's like $40 on PSP, which is not bad at all.
It's made by both of y'all's favorite studio.
What?
Japan Studio.
Damn.
Yeah, Sony didn't publish it over here.
Seriously?
They gave it off like seeds for over here. Yeah, they never care about Japan Studio games, man. I told you. But yeah, it's a Japan Studio joint. Yep.
Might be looking into this Brave Story. I'll join you on your 13-year quest to complete Brave Story.
Man, I started up, man, and I'm being
This
a
is the
fucking
year?
misery, man. I'm doing it. It's a good ass game. I've read the book. The book's like this fucking thick. The book's so good, man. The anime's good too. It's basically borderline never-ending story, because it's like an isekai.
Which a brief
Isekai.
summary of that type of story is...
It just means another world. That's all it means. That's Japanese for another world. So literally, this kid's mother falls ill, and she's taken to the hospital, and then you learn from like this spirit that her soul's been taken away to this other world. So he gathers up all his courage to go into this other world to save his mother's soul. And then he goes along the way and meets these people. They're like lizard people and all this different types of races and stuff like that. And they all help him become there. He's called a traveler. So he's just going through there, and he ends up meeting this kid that he befriends that is the one that stole his mother's soul, and he's trying to like fight to get her back, but they end up being friends at the end. It's really good. The book's good. So the game is a little bit different because it's like the story's adjacent to the original novel, because they make references. It's the same characters from the novel, but the character is different in this one. It's a different character. So they make comments like, oh, this is weird. We got two travelers this time. So he makes nods to like the other traveler from the original story, but you kind of like do your own thing in that same world and talk to those same characters from that book. So it's kind of like an extra version of
Awesome.
it. So it doesn't do anything with the source material, but it kind of just fluffs it with the original characters he runs along the way and has an adjacent story, because it's similar. Because I mean that game, he starts out where his childhood friend, and she's like talking to him about like, yeah, we did this in school. She's trying to be friends with him. He's just sitting there playing on the
Oh,
PSP,
that's
which is
great.
pretty funny. And then she wanders off, and then the dog comes back, and the same thing happens to her. Something takes her soul, and he gets pulled into that world.
I'm going to look up a little bit on it. Sounds great. And it's nice to find an Xseed PSP game that's not $900.
If you buy it and then emulate it on, if you legally own it and then emulate it on said device, I've been playing it on 4K, and it comes out pretty clean on that device
Beautiful.
To the TV. So
not bad at all. Good art style then to upscale properly.
It's yeah, Brant, you would recognize it because it looks like a fucking.
Fucking had me
game.
at
It looks
Japan
like that
Studio.
engine, so.
It's like
It's Japan
uncovering
Studio
a
game,
buried treasure.
Yeah, that's the first logo loads up after it's Japan Studio. So, oh yeah, I keep forgetting it is, and it's like Game Republic.
Wow.
So, Game Republic after that, yeah. Published by Xseed is like another fucking one where Sony's like, yeah, we don't want this. And they end up just licensing it to somebody else in the United States.
At least it came over.
Yeah. God bless Xseed, man. They don't release much
Back
now,
then,
but.
doing the Lord's work.
Mm-hmm.
My hip just popped. I'm an old man.
Damn.
Hey man, it's a surgery we all have to get through. So.
Why not start now? All right, Brant, did you wrap up?
Yep.
Cool. Are we good? Anything
Yes,
else
sir.
to add? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
See you.
Adios.